What's up, y'all? It's K September, and today I'm going to be answering questions asked by no other than you guys. So let's get straight into it. All right, first question. Is your real name K September? I be seeing like y'all comments and stuff. Y'all think my name is other stuff. My name is Michaela. But calling me K is fine. But yeah, my real name is not K September. What is your zodiac sign? I am a Virgo. Well, sometimes when I say that I'm a Virgo, people get all like, Virgos. But some people who know, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. I don't really, me personally, I don't really get that deep into astrology. I'm not so deep into like, I don't get that deep into astrology and zodiac signs and all of that. Like, I'm never gonna be the person to ask, oh, what's your zodiac sign? But when people ask, I mean, I'm a Virgo, and that's just what it is. Yeah, next question. How tall are you? Because I get asked how tall I am so much, like, it's crazy. I'm 5'7". Some people say I look short in my pictures. Some people say I look tall in my pictures, but I'm 5'7". I don't know if that's tall or short or what, but what is your most memorable moment coming up as an artist? That is a really good question. One time I was out in LA. I was in a studio in Calabasas. I was with OVO OB, right? And I at that point I'd probably been in the studio like 3 days straight. Now I'm like 48 hours in, something like that. And we just standing there chopping it up. He like, yeah, you doing good, woody woo. He like, yeah, we're gonna keep making these bangers, we're gonna keep making these hits, whatever. And so I kind of turn around, I look back. Chris Brown walk in the room. I'm like, oh, shoot. Like, okay, I'm playing it cool. I'm like, all right, just be cool. And he like, what's up? My name is Chris. Obviously, I know who you are, but... And it was just so casual. He was so casual about it. We went in the other room. He started playing some unreleased music from his album, whatever. And I just remember OB came up to me. He told me, he like, okay, let's go in the other room. We're going to go in the other room and record. We got to keep working. I'm like, dang, man. Do you understand that Chris Brown just came in here and shook my hand and we in here kicking it and he playing unreleased music and you talking about we got to go record? But this is OB, so I'm like, all right. So we go in the other room, we start recording. I make this fire song. I'm telling you, I'm going crazy, like, right? I'm going crazy, right? I think I did like 2 or 3 songs. I don't know. Like 2 or 3 songs. Chris Brown come in the room, right? And he just like... He getting it, you know what I'm saying? You know how Chris Brown be dancing, like, I'm talking like he getting it, right? He like, yeah, let me get this track, let me get this song. I'm like, yeah, man, like, you can, you know what I'm saying? Of course, like, at this point, I'm not thinking nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, yes, sir. Like, being out there in California was crazy. It was a one-of-a-kind experience. Me and Chris Brown. Shout out to Chris Brown. Next question. What other artists are you listening to right now? Honestly, I hate to say this because it sounds cliche, but I don't really listen to a lot of other artists, the truth is. But if I had to say Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber, St. John, I think that's about it. That's really all I'm vibing to right now. I'm in my pop bag, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to pop, a lot of pop. I feel like I just want to produce such a mainstream sound that I feel like you can't really get from listening to just anything, you know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to top tier music production. Do you ever think of getting married? Bro, was this really asked? Somebody really put this on there? One day I might, I don't know, decide that, you know, this person is really... I mean, I just don't really see myself having a wedding, though, because it's just kind of like, I don't know, I just feel like it's overrated. A lot of things that people consider traditional, I just feel like it's overrated. Maybe one day I'll feel a certain way about a certain person that make me just want to just do that, but as of today, I feel like, though, I would be a great wife. You know what I'm saying? I would be a great wife, and I would be a great mother. Just off of my heart and how much I love my family, I already have. How much I love my cat. My cat is really my son. But for real though, I feel like I will be a great wife and I will be a great mother. So next question. Who was the last person you stalked on social media? Bro, these questions cannot be... If you're watching this and you feel like you the last person I stalked on my social media, go take a nap or something because you gotta be sleepy. Oh my gosh, bro. These questions, bro. Do you have a boyfriend? Bro, do I have a boyfriend? I hear this question so much that it feels like, I don't even know. No, I don't have a boyfriend. Why are you sad in so many of your songs? I just would say that it's more like, and my music is my space. Like, you gotta understand, I'm not making my music necessarily for people to hear it. That's not how I started making music. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I started making music, it was more so like, a way for me to, honestly, I feel like through my music, I learn more about myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very vulnerable in my music, and that's all that is. It's not that I'm sad. And my music is where I talk about the things that people suppress, the feelings that people suppress. I guess that's why it seems like I'm just talking about sad stuff, but I'm not. It's really relatable. You know what I'm saying? I be talking about what's real. Somebody can say, why are you sad in so many of your songs? But it's just more like, it just kind of feel like people always got something to say. If I made angry songs, why are you so hateful in your songs? You know what I'm saying? Why do you curse so much in your songs? Why are you so happy in your songs? Like, people always have something to say, man. It's just, my music is just a form of my expression, and that's the way that, you know, that's what I choose to express on the canvas. My music is really kind of like, you know, a listening ear, and that's just how it goes. Would you sign to a label? If so, which one? I would sign to a label if the business, it makes sense. If so, which one? I don't have a specific label I would sign to. I have certain labels that I like, but I don't necessarily have a specific label that, I would want to sign to. I would sign to a label maybe, like 2 years ago now. I've been completely independent, but like, label completely screwed me over. And I know that artists say that, and artists be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Artists be tripping. Artists be signing these contracts, and then later down the line, they don't like the situation that they got into with the label, but that's the contract they signed. And I kind of felt like that at a time, but certain things go past contract. Niggas not paying you what you owe, and then now you got to get lawyers involved and all of this and all of that, and just make sure your money's straight. So labels come with a lot of crap. Like, I'm honestly right now enjoying being independent because I can release when I want. I can say what I want. I can do what I want. I can move how I want. And that's in the house, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can't come and touch and take none of this. I could say there's definitely cons to being independent. I don't always have the budget that I want or the resources that I want, or like, you know what I'm saying? Certain things like that. I think that's just a part of the grind. I don't complain. It's just what it is. So would I sign to a label? Yes. Which one? I have no specific label that I want to sign to. Is this the last question? Yeah, this is the last question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I feel like 5 years is so far out to plan for. Maybe that's a bad thing, that I'm not thinking that far into the future. Is that a bad thing? 5 years ago, I would have never even thought that I would be even. 5 years ago, my name wasn't even K September 5 years ago. K September didn't even exist 5 years ago. So the trajectory of 5 years can change like so crazy, but where I see myself in 5 years, I want to buy a house. I would have bought a house by then. In 5 years, I would have a Grammy would be nice. Within the next 5 years to say, you know what I'm saying, I got a Grammy. I want to go to Nigeria. I'm sure that'll happen probably within the next 1 or 2 years. I'll be in Nigeria, but that's still, you know what I'm saying, it hasn't happened yet. Shout out to my people in Nigeria. If you're watching from Nigeria, drop a comment. Yeah, I guess in 5 years, I want to be on tour. I want to be touring. Yeah, I guess that's really it. All right, y'all, that's it. I appreciate y'all tuning in and watching. Shout out to everybody that went and commented in my box and asked the questions for me to answer today. Like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and Happy New Year.